Hello students, myself is Parminder Singh from Prab Kripa classes. Our today's topic is cuboid calculations made easy, mastering the basics. After going through this course, the students will learn what a cuboid is. The students will also learn what is the meaning of total surface area and lateral surface area of a cuboid. The students will also learn how to calculate the volume, the total surface area and the lateral surface area of a cuboid. The students will also learn how to calculate the area of four walls of a rectangular room. They will also learn how to calculate the length of diagonal of a cuboid. Now we will understand the meaning of cuboid. A cuboid has 6 rectangular faces or sides. The opposite faces of a cuboid are congruent. Congruent means equal in size and shape. And these opposite faces are parallel to each other. We will understand the meaning of cuboid with the help of an example. This is the cardboard box. It has 6 faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. These are the opposite faces. These are congruent. That is, these are equal in size and equal in shape. The opposite faces are congruent. Further, the other examples of cuboid are a book, a matchbox, a brick. All these are examples of a cuboid in which there are 6 faces and 2 faces of each of the cuboids are congruent. Now we will understand how to calculate the volume of cuboid. It is very simple to calculate the volume of cuboid. Here we have to simply multiply the length, width and height of the cuboid. So the volume of a cuboid is given by the formula volume is equal to length multiplied by width multiplied by height, or we can also write it as volume is represented by word V. This is length, this is width, this is height. Or we can also say that width is represented by another name, that is breadth. So we can also say that volume is equal to L multiplied by B multiplied by H. Now we will try to solve the problem of a question wherein we will have to find out the volume of a cuboid. So this is the question before us. Suppose you have a cuboid shaped box with the following dimensions, in which length is 5 meters, width is 3 meters and the height is 2 meters, and we have to find the volume. So here we give the answer. Here we have to find the volume. We know that the formula of volume of a cuboid is volume is equal to length multiplied by width and that is multiplied by height, or length, width or height. So in the given question we have given length is equal to 5 meter, width has been given as 3 meters and the height has been given as 2 meters. We will put in the all these relevant values in this formula. So here we write 5 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2. So when we multiply 5 into 3 into 2, we have the answer 30 cubic meters. So the volume of cuboid shaped box is equal to 30 cubic meters. Now we will try to find out the answer of another question, and the question before us is find the volume of a cuboid with length is equal to 15 meters, width is equal to 12 meters, and height given is 6 meters. We have to find the volume of cuboid. Here we will give answer. In the given question, length has been given as 15 meters. Width has been given as 12 meters. And height has been given as 6 meters. So here we have to find out volume. And the formula of volume is length multiplied by width multiplied by height. So we will put in the relevant values. Length is 15 meters, width is 12 meters, and the height is 6 meters. So when we multiply all these, when we multiply 15 into 12, it comes 180. Then when we multiply 180 with 6, we can solve it here. Then this becomes 1080 cubic meters. So the answer before us is volume of cuboid is 1080 cubic meters. So we hope you have been able to understand how to calculate the volume of a cuboid. It is very simple. For the purpose of recap, we can say that volume is equal to length multiplied by width multiplied by height. Or we can also say that length multiplied by breadth multiplied by height. Now we will understand what is surface area of cuboid. The surface area of cuboid is the sum of the areas of all of its 6 faces. To calculate the surface area of cuboid, you can use the formula, and the formula is surface area is equal to 2 into length multiplied by width plus length into height plus width into height. It may seem that the formula before us is very difficult. For the purpose of simplicity, I can give you a tip. You can see that all the three, that is length, width and height, has been used in this surface area. So the tip for us is this. You can see this multiplied by 2. What has been written before you is you can see that this is 2. First we have to take length and width, then we have to add, then again 2, and then we can take LH, then plus, then we can take WH, 2WH. So with the help of this simple picture, you can understand the formula given. You will not have to put any pressure on your brain, and this is very simple. So this is the formula which we have written again in clear. That is, in other words, you can say that this is the length, this is the width. 2 into length multiplied by width. The another is length multiplied by height. This again has been multiplied by 2. And the third point is, this is the height and this is the width. This is also multiplied by 2. So now we will try to solve the problem of surface area of cuboid in the next question. The question before us is, find the total surface area of a cuboid which is 4 m long, 3 meter wide and 2 meter height. Either you have to remember how to find out the surface area, what was the formula, or you can remember the tip given by me: length, width, height, multiplied by 2. So we can say that the total surface area of cuboid is equal to 2 length multiplied by width plus 2 length multiplied by height plus 2 width multiplied by height. Now we will put in the relevant values. What are the relevant values? 2 length given before us in the question is 4, width given to us is 3, then again length is 4, height given to us is 2, again plus 2, then we can, for the purpose of clarity, that we may not mix it, this is width. What is the value of width? 3. What is the value of height? Height is 2. Now we will solve it. 2 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 3. 2 4 8, 8 multiplied by 3, 24. 2 multiplied by 4, 8 multiplied by 2, 16. 2 multiplied by 3, 6 multiplied by 2, 12. Let us add the same. 6 4 10 to 12, 3 4 5. So answer before us is 52 square meter. So the surface area of cuboid is equal to 52 square meters. So now we will again, now this is the second question before us. Here we have to find the surface area of a cuboid with the following dimensions, and the dimensions given are: length is equal to 8 centimeter, width is equal to 6 centimeter, and the height given is 4 centimeter. As already told, we need not to cram the formula. We can simply remember this picture. This is the formula for calculation of surface area of a cuboid. So now we come to the main point. In this question, the length given before us is 8 centimeter. Width given is 6 centimeter. And the height given is 4 centimeter. Now what is the formula for the calculation of surface area of cuboid? It is 2L multiplied by H plus 2L multiplied by W, which we have forgotten. Now 2L W multiplied by H. So here we have seen that each of these have to appear twice. We have written here LW on the second point. It does not mean the value will be the same. So we will put in the relevant values. What is the value of length? It is 8. What is the value of height? It is 4 plus 2. What is the value of length? It is 8. What is the value of width? It is 6. Again plus. We will put the value of width. Width is 6. What is height? It is 4. Now we will find out what is this. This is 2 multiplied by 8 is equal to 4. This is 64. When we multiply it, it comes 16 multiplied by 6. This comes 96. Then it comes 12 multiplied by 4. It comes 48. So now let us add the same. 6, 1, 7, 7, 9, 16, 16 and plus 4, 208. 208 square centimeter. This is the answer of the surface area of cuboid. You are to now in the nutshell we can say that whenever we have to find out the surface area of cuboid, you can simply remember this picture, that there are three sides of length, width, height, and this is the picture you can simply remember, that you are to multiply by 2. This is first time you can take LW, second time you can take length into height, and the third time you can take width into height. Now we are to learn about lateral surface area of cuboid. In our previous lecture, we had learnt about the surface area of cuboid. We will, for the purpose of repetition, we will again say that when we calculate the surface area of cuboid, we take all the 6 areas, first, second, third, fourth, and 5 and 6. All the 6 faces, we had added the areas of 6 faces and it had come as surface area of cuboid. But when we are to calculate the lateral surface area of cuboid, we will not take into account the surface area of up, top and the bottom. That is, all the other 6 sides will be taken into account, but the top and the bottom areas will not be taken into account. So this is the definition before us. The lateral surface area of a cuboid refers to the combined area of all its faces except for top and bottom faces. We had learnt that this surface area we can calculate with the help of this, and we had seen that This was the surface area. 2 LW, 2 LH, 2 WH. Either you can remember the formula, this is the given for the lateral surface area 2H multiplied by L plus W, or you can omit this part from the surface area and it will become the lateral surface area. That is, first point we will omit, this part we will omit, and it will become the lateral surface area. Or you can simply remember this 2H multiplied by L plus W, and the result will come lateral surface area of cuboid. Now we will try to solve the question before us. Find the lateral surface area of a cuboid with length is equal to 5 centimeter, width is equal to 3 centimeter, and height is equal to 4 centimeter. So here length given before us is 5 centimeter, width given is 3 centimeter, and the height given is 4 centimeter. Now what is the formula for lateral surface area? 2H L plus W. What was the height given in the question? It was 4. What is the value of length? It is 5. What is the value of width? It is 3. We will solve it first. 8 multiplied by 8, it will come 64 square centimeter. Now this is the answer of lateral surface area of cuboid is equal to 64 square centimeter. Now another question before us is find the lateral surface area of a cuboid which is 15 meter long, 12 meter wide and 4.5 meter high. Now what is given in the question? Length is equal to 15 meter. Width given in the question is 12 meter and the height is 4.5 meter. Now what is the formula of lateral surface area of a cuboid? It is 2H multiplied by L plus W. We will put in the relevant values as given in the question. What is the value of H? It is 4.5. What is the value of length? It is 15. What is the value of width? It is 12. Let us solve it first. (27) and the answer which will come before us is 243 square meter. So the answer is lateral surface area is equal to 243 square meter. So we are, for the purpose of recap, we can simply say that when we are to calculate the lateral surface area, you are to just remember this formula and you will be able to find out the lateral surface area of cuboid. Now the question before us is area of four walls of a room. Again, we can compare this with that of a room. This is the roof, this is the ground, these are the four walls of a room. So when we are to find out the area of the walls, we can say that these two, front and this is the back side, these are identical. These two walls are also identical, and we have to find out the area of these two and these two identical walls. So the area of the four walls of a rectangular room can be calculated by adding up the areas of each of the four walls. Since the room is rectangular, it has two pairs of identical walls. Now you can see that when this is the first wall which you are seeing, this is the height and this is the length. When you multiply length by height, the area of one wall will be before you, and when we multiply it by 2, the area of two identical walls will come out. You can see here that the area of first pair of walls, 2 height multiplied by length, this is the height and this is the length. Now the second pair of walls, this is the second pair of walls. Here you can see that this is the height and this is the width. These are also two walls, so we will also multiply 2 into height into width. So these are the two answers for you, A and B. You can calculate the area of four walls by adding A plus B. A represents the area of first pair of walls and B represents the area of second pair of walls. We will try to solve an example. Now the question before us is, a room is 16 meter long, 9 meter wide and 3 meter in height, and we are to find the area of four walls of a room. To find out the area of four walls of a room, you need to add up the areas of each of the individual wall, area of each of individual wall. So since the room before you is rectangular, so we have two pairs of identical walls. One is these opposite sides and the other will be these two which are in opposite side. So first we will find out the area of first wall, bracket, two identical walls. So it will be 2 into height into length. This is the area of the walls we are calculating. Area of first set of walls, which is front side and this is the back side. This is the height and this is the length. So we will put the value 2 into area of first set of walls, first set of identical walls. Height given is 3 and the length given is 16. So when we multiply 2 into 3 into 16, the answer will come 96 square meter. So now we will find out the area of second pair of walls. First pair of walls we have calculated and now it is the turn of second pair of walls. Now, what is the second pair of walls? This is the width and this is the height. We will put in the relevant values. What is the width? Width given is 9. What is the height? This is 3. Now we have calculated the area of first set of walls and then also the second pair of walls. This is A and this is B. Now the area of 4 walls of a room is equal to A plus B. A has been calculated as 96, B has been calculated as 54, and the answer will come 150 square meter. So from this question you can observe that it is very simple to calculate the area of 4 walls of a rectangular room when we have two set of identical one pair of walls which are identical. This is the front and this is the opposite to it, and then these are the two side walls which are also identical and have an equal area. So first we will calculate the area of first pair of walls, which is before you, length into height multiplied by 2. Then these are the sideways walls which can be calculated by 2 multiplied by width into height, and by adding the area of these two pair of walls you can finally come out with the conclusion of area of 4 walls of a rectangular room. Now the topic before us is length, width or height of a cuboid. Suppose in a question before us length and width is given along with the volume and the height has not been given, suppose, then we will have to find the height with the help of length, width and volume. There can also be another situation in which volume is given along with width and height and we have to find out the length. Then how we are to find out the same? This is the topic. We know that the volume of a cuboid is calculated by the formula volume is equal to length multiplied by width multiplied by height, or we can also write it as V is equal to length multiplied by width multiplied by height. Now when we are having this formula before us, it is not difficult for us to calculate the length or width or height. Suppose we are to find out the length. We will fill in the values of width and height and volume and we can find out the value of length. So when we are to find out the value of length, when the other values are given, we can use this formula. When we are to find out the value of width, we can divide the volume by length multiplied by height, and when we are to find out height, we can divide the volume with length and width. We will try to understand this with the help of an example. Now this is the question before us. A cardboard box has a length of 12 inches and a width of 6 inches and the volume is 144 cubic inches. What is the height of the box? As we know that the volume of a cardboard box is equal to length multiplied by width multiplied by height. Here, what is given before us? We have before us volume, length and width, and we are to find out the height. So we here will fill out the relevant values which have been given to us. What is the volume of the card box? This is 144. What is the length given in this question? This is 12 inches. What is the width? This is 6 inches. And the height we are to calculate. 144 is equal to 12 multiplied by 6, 72 h. So height is 144 divided by 72. So we have height is equal to 2 inches. This is the answer before us. The height of the box is only 2 inches. Now the second question before us is find the length of a cuboid which has a width of 2 meters, a height of 3 meters and a volume of 12 cubic meters. So here we have to find out the answer. We know that the volume of a cuboid is equal to length multiplied by width multiplied by height. So what is the volume given in the question? It is 12 cubic meters. What is given is length is not given. We have to find out the length. What is the width? It is 2 meters. What is the height? It is 3 meters. So 12 is equal to L into 6. So length is equal to volume divided by 6. So length before us in the given question will be 2 meters. So this is the answer before you. Length is equal to 2 meters. We hope you have been able to find out or to understand that when two items out of the three, length, width or height are given along with the volume, how to calculate the third term, which may be either length, height or breadth. And the formula to be used is volume is equal to length multiplied by width is equal to height. And in case any of these two items are given, you can easily find out the same by dividing the volume with the other two. Now we will understand the meaning of diagonal of a cuboid. In a cuboid, the diagonal refers to a line segment that connects the two opposite corners. This is the one corner and this is the another corner. Opposite corners of a cuboid which are farthest apart in the cuboid. Suppose this is the cuboid and we are starting from here. If this is the also the opposite of this corner, but this is not farthest. This is also the opposite of the corner, but this is also not the farthest point in the cuboid which is opposite to this point. But when we start from here, and go to this point from inside of the cuboid, it will be known as the diagonal, which will pass through the inside of the cuboid. So you can see here that in this picture, this is the cuboid, this is the diagonal, which is passing through the internal of the inside of the cuboid and reaching to the other side of the cuboid, which is farthest apart. Now the diagonal of the cuboid is also known as space diagonal or the body diagonal. It passes through the interior of the cuboid, inside of the cuboid, and intersects all the three pairs of opposite faces. You can see here that this is the first pair of, this is the one pair of one pair of opposite faces, this is the second pair of opposite faces, and this will be the fifth and sixth pair. Now this diagonal passes through all these three pairs of opposite faces. Now how to calculate the length of this red line? This is the diagonal. How to calculate the length of the diagonal? For this purpose, this is the formula before us: under root lines length square plus breadth square plus height square. Now we will calculate the diagonal length of a diagonal of a cuboid in this coming question. Question before us is, we have a cuboid with a length of 6 meters, width of 3 meters, and the height of 2 meters. We have to find out the length of the cuboid. To find out the length of a cuboid, the formula before us is the formula we use to calculate the diagonal. The formula is under root length square plus breadth square plus height square. Now we are to put in the values of length, width, and height. What is the length? 6 square. What is the breadth? Breadth is 3. Width is also known as breadth. 3 square plus height. Height is 2. 2 square. 6 square means 36. 3 square means 9. 2 square means 4. It will become 49 when we add these three items. Now the answer will be 7 meter. Diagonal length of the diagonal is equal to 7 meter. This is the answer. So we are only to, when we are to find out the length of the diagonal, we are to simply remember this formula: under root length square plus breadth square plus height square, and the length of the diagonal will be before you. Now we will recap this course. When we are to find out the volume of the cuboid, it is volume is equal to length multiplied by width multiplied by height, where V represents the volume, L represents the length, W represents the width, and the H represents the height. When we are to calculate the surface area of cuboid, we can use this formula: 2LW plus 2LH plus 2WH, where 2 multiplied by length multiplied by width plus 2 multiplied by length multiplied by height plus 2 multiplied by width multiplied by height, or we can also write it as 2 multiplied by length width plus length height plus we can use this formula for surface area. When we are to find out the lateral surface area, we can find out as 2h multiplied by L plus W. And to find out the diagonal of a cuboid, we can use the formula under root length square plus breadth square plus height square. And to find out the length, width or height of a cuboid, we can use these formulas, where we are to simply remember the formula of volume. Volume is equal to length multiplied by width multiplied by height, and when any of the two items are given, we can calculate the any of the third item. And to calculate the area of four walls, we can also use this formula. If you like our video, please like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you.